Welcome everyone to CoCreative NoCode's office hours. I'm Tonya, your host, and we're here with Jay and Jordan and Usama, and Thomas will be back soon, and Kim is here. So all of our regulars, love to see all of you. Thank you for being here. And Usama, welcome. It's your first time joining us, so we're happy you're here. If this is your first time tuning into office hours, either live on Facebook or watching the replay on YouTube, please go ahead and comment, like, and smash that subscribe button. We do office hours every day of the week, Monday through Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And our members are welcome to bring any Bubble question, bug, feature requests, whatever you want related to Bubble is always welcome here. We'll chat about it. We don't always have the answers, but you won't suffer alone. So awesome. Jay, did you want to get started and show us what the changes you made on Garden Brain?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. And then Jordan, did you have something for today?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. And then Usama, we will also be getting to you just as soon as we can.
Thank you.
After going through this with a beta user who hadn't seen the site before, there was a couple things I changed. This had been at the underneath, it was the lowest bar out of, there's 3 bars, 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to move it to the top where it's consistently easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can still see it. The other thing she struggled with was navigating back to where she'd been. So I added a back button to previous page.
Okay.
This is all the same. And this is actually the same. I just moved it up. So to do this, this had all been coded on each page because the pages are all different.
Right.
Like, there we go. So the colors are all different. The numbers of buttons, like this page has no buttons, and it was just clumsy and awkward. So now what it is let me find it. It's a reusable. There's another reusable inside that.
Mm-hmm.
And then to make it work on every page, there are all these conditions. So if the current page name is whatever, the color is this, it gets pretty complicated at some points where if the current page name is and it's this or and it's hovered. So this has been a little bit, my head actually hurts now, but in a good way, because I'm super happy with the way it's working out. I did have one weird thing, which I don't think is something you'll have an answer to. I think it's a bubble thing. Okay. But after I tried to organize these alphabetically, which was time consuming and super annoying, and it was fine. And then when I went back to it a few minutes later, it had re-randomized itself.
Oh, that's weird.
Have you seen that before?
You mean the conditions randomize themselves? Or?
Yes. Yeah, they're not staying in alphabetical order. So I move them up, move them down.
You don't want them in alphabetical order. The conditions order is actually very important for functionality, because if you have it's Bubble is going to read the conditions from top to bottom, and it's going to run the one, if you have 2 conditions that match, it's going to run the one at the bottom, not the one at the top.
Right, but these are for pages.
Okay.
So there's only, like, for instance, this one, there's 2 conditions for this page.
I've not seen those move around, but if you say they're moving around, I believe you.
They are. It makes it harder to manage, because when I go to look for one of them, I mean, it's hard to scroll through and find the right one. And I ended up with some duplicates. I ended up with some, some clashes, like you just mentioned. I had 1 or 2 of those where something got an artifact remained from a previous effort, and it made it difficult. Whereas the only way to fix it then, if these will not stay alphabetical, is to make a spreadsheet and just tick them off and check every single page, which is like 100, well, it's probably about 300 conditions on every single one of these.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't want to, and there's 16 pages. So that's a lot of, that is not the kind, that's not up my alley. I'm not
There's
good at
there
that
is some
stuff.
there is some refactoring to be done here to simplify things and to make this more elegant,
Okay.
but if you have it working, then don't break it.
Well, what would you suggest? I was thinking as I woke up this morning, I should have done this with a database, but I'm not sure how I would have done it. I didn't think about it a lot.
Yeah, I probably would have done it with the database. I was thinking through some of these issues with Nathan actually not that long ago. He had he made a database item called page and entered a whole bunch of information about each page from there, and then did these conditions dynamically that way. So but yeah, like there's a way to do this using the database for sure. That will
Well, when
make it easier for you.
at some point, I am going to want to do that because, man, I mean, once these pages are built, they don't really need anything. And I mean, they are what they are. It's going to be adding, and that's pretty much it. But at some point, I probably will. The next time I change the top nav, I'm going to revisit this, and I'll ask you then.
Okay.
In the future.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, right now your priority should be launching.
Yes,
sure.
I agree. I agree. I'm so close.
Yeah. Jordan, how can I help?
Hey Tonya, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good.
Are you back to normal yet? Like, are you allowed out or not yet?
We changed like alert levels yesterday, so we can get takeaways now, but that's about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
A little progress.
Yeah. I was just watching a couple of videos on YouTube, so I was going to look at
Were they co-creative no-code office hour videos? No.
Nah.
Plug.
But just going back to how we talked about like that codeless password, it looks like that you can kind of set up a SMS unique login sort of code that can sort of bypass the email. So that's what I was going to have a look at doing.
Okay.
So on the video, it basically said when you run the workflow, there's basically said to store a
Temporary
new,
password.
well, like a 6-digit code. So you can go into the user and add a new field called verification code. Make it a number or letters, whatever you want. And then when you run the workflow, it said there's a calculate formula. Have you used that before?
No.
So if we go,
Oh,
create a user account for someone else.
okay.
So what is that field called? Just drop down one. Verification code and calculate formula. Generate random string. Length of numbers, so you can make that whatever you want, but need the characters. So I think use numbers for me. Generate random string. How come that wouldn't be matching?
Oh, because convert it to numbers, because the random string is not just numbers. So just start typing in convert.
Convert.
Yeah, convert it to number.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so when you push the button, that'll set up your verification code. Store it to the new user. So if they've already got an account, that will still work, eh? Is that correct?
Yes.
So if they're already registered, it won't create a new account.
We should test that, but I'm sure it would fail. So do you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be keen to test it. Okay, so then we can go send SMS in the body. We would put results of step 2 verification code and results of step 2. No, sorry, that would be drop down 1 values mobile number. And we could send it by email as well as text. And basically then we would set up another screen over here.
So the point of this is to have a passwordless login, right?
Yeah.
That's your keyword, Kim, passwordless login.
Passwordless login, and ideally do it without having to know their email address.
Okay.
Because I'm always going to have the client's phone number. But it's really difficult to get the email address off them over the phone because you know, a lot of people have like accents and stuff, and the emails are really long, and when they're trying to give it to you over the phone, sometimes it's quite difficult. So basically what I wanted to do was just send them you know, press a button, send them a link to their mobile phone that'll pop up. They'll be able to enter in their email address, which will then update their user profile, send them the direct verification code back to their mobile as a text message, and then they can log in.
Okay. I see some security issues with it.
Why?
So if you're gonna have to put, like, you're gonna have to send this information into the back end to do the search for the users and ignore the privacy rules in those workflows, because if you do it on the page with the workflows that search for the user, you're exposing your entire user database to not logged in users, which is not advisable.
Say that again.
So in order for the user to come to the page and enter an email address, and then you're going to try to add that email address and change a user in the system's email address, you're going to have to, at some point, you're going to have to search the database for users. But this person is not.
Nah, because I can just give them a dummy email address, can't I?
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't know their email address, I can just put in, like, say, their phone number at Total Mortgages, which will create a login for them, send them the URL, and then I'll just not display the email address.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just ask them to update their email address, and then get their verification code into that and that can update the user profile.
Okay, so what's going to log them in is going to be an on-page load when they click that link from their phones, from their SMS.
So they're going to get a link to just a landing page, which is going to just be specific to that user.
Okay.
And then they'll press a button, and then their phone, they'll get emailed a second, oh, sorry, they'll get SMS the second message, which will have a 6-digit code. And for them to log in, they have to enter in that 6-digit code. And then, push login, and it will only let them go to the next screen if it matches their user verification code.
How is this easier for them?
Because they don't have to have 2 passwords, right? So all they got to do is get a text message and enter in the code.
Okay. I'm not convinced it's going to be easier for them. I mean, people are so used to creating logins and passwords. Like if you're trying to avoid passwords altogether, but you don't want to do it through email. You want to do is the point here is you're trying to avoid.
I don't always have their email address, so I need to do something with their phone number.
With the phone number, okay. So.
And I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, let's keep going then.
Well, I like, you guys can just move on to the next thing. I know what I'm doing anyway, so I don't need any help with it, but I can just tick along and get it done.
Okay, I'm just trying to. So the point is that when you're creating the user, you don't know the user's email, you know their phone number. So you want to
100% of the time know their phone number, and probably 80% of the time know their email.
Okay, and so you send the text message. They click a link, they go to a landing page, they enter their email and click another button, and it sends them a verification code to their phone, and then they enter the verification number in a field, and then they click to log in.
Yeah, but I will probably do it the other way. So they'll get the verification code, they'll enter that in, and when they're entering that in, they'll update their email address.
Jordan, have you looked into a service like OneAuth or something else? Like when I want to log into Adobe, I just have to put in some identifying information, and then I get a text, and then I just approve or deny access. If I approve it, boom, I'm in. And OneAuth, I use that for my accounting software. It works the same.
What's that?
OneAuth, AUTH, but it's not the only one. I'm wondering if you can white label one, and if inexpensively, because that would eliminate, you've got 2 steps, or I've got to pick up my phone twice, it sounds like. It seems a little like if I could pick it up once, I'd be happy and I'd feel more secure. But with twice, I'm kind of like, when is it gonna stop?
I think for you, it's part of notifying them to go to the app in the first place, right? So the first one is notifying them that they have something on the app. They go there, and then they have to verify who they are with that verification code.
Yeah, but it's all going to be done on the mobile, so they shouldn't have to go into the PC.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I'm following. I think like you're talking about initiating their interaction with the app through text message, since you know their phone number for sure. So
Yeah.
you send them a text, and that's their first indication that they have something on the app that they need to do or need to see. Then they click the link, and they get there, and it says, okay, let's verify who you are. Click this link and get a verification code, and then they just enter the verification code and they're logged in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of thought it was quite smart, but do you not think so?
No, I think it's smart. I don't, and I never thought it was not smart. I think that my concern is just the security. Is like, how are you going to allow a not logged in user to find the user to log them in without the email and the password? Because
essentially they will be logged in, right? Because they'll be taken to a specific landing page, which is only going to, you can do that,
okay.
Take them to a specific landing page,
Right.
So that whatever, I mean, we can just try it. I mean,
Why not?
it's not going to hurt, is it? So from here, they would need to go. This would be verification. And then this would be update email address. Oh, well, that's already there below.
Hey, Calum. Oh, he left already. He was here and then he went already.
The wind.
Oh, Lord of the Nine Realms of Bubble is now the person formerly known as Calum.
Oh. I
How's it
I'm
going,
not sure.
Lord? I'm gonna
not
shorten
sure
that
if I
to
should add
Lord.
that. Attendees, Lord of the Nine Realms of Bubble.
Awesome. So are you still building the workflows for that, Jordan?
Yeah, you can come
Okay.
back to me later.
Yeah, definitely. Usama, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Can you hear
It's
my
good.
voice?
Yes, we can. It's good to meet you.
Thank you.
Did you bring something for us to work on today?
Oh, today is my first time. I do not have an idea what is the office hour about.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to check it out.
Yes, in each office hour, you discuss the issues the bubblers are facing. This is this office hour, and okay, sound interesting. So I can. And what about the you say our members? So is this some kind of membership?
It is. It is. So if you go to
So,
CoCreativeNoCode.com, I'll share my screen so you can see.
yes, please guide.
Yeah. So if we go to CoCreativeNoCode.com, it doesn't cost anything to sign up. But once you're logged in, you can go to your account page and you can sign up for a subscription. And
Okay.
I don't know if I have my credentials saved to log in this way. I always log in through Bubble. So let me do that. But our membership starts at $49 per month. And then all of our members have access to daily office hours. We run these every single day of the week. So you can come as many times as you want, and you can bring your Bubble bugs, any issues you're having. If you're having trouble building a new feature or getting something to work, we're here. And I will help you as best as I can. And I don't promise to have the answers, but I promise you won't suffer alone. And we get through a lot. I think it's safe to say we do make progress every week with everyone. So.
Okay, so office hours are not private because you posted all the videos on Facebook publicly.
Yes, yeah. So it's when you come onto the Zoom, that's the part that requires membership, or you can come for a complimentary session like you're coming for today.
Got it. If you give me some 2 minutes, can I give us some short introduction of mine?
Oh, sure. Do you want to share your screen?
No. Just want to tell you, like I have found Bubble 2 months ago, and I just practiced through Bubble lessons on a website, and then I found AirDev free bootcamp, and then I just try to make some apps through Bubble by myself, and interestingly, last week I have been approached by a UK-based company, Resilient, who is making a compliance software in Bubble. And that company gave me opportunity to work with them. And that's why I have taking interest in Bubble a lot, because now I'm working with a real project of Bubble with a UK-based company.
That's awesome. And what were you doing before Bubble?
Before Bubble, I am not a traditional software developer. Actually, I work in a software development company, but as a business analyst. My job is to gather and take requirements from business and demonstrate that to technical team. You can say I work as a bridge between business and technical teams.
Okay, perfect. And so I imagine, so for me, I was managing a software firm before I came to Bubble. And for me, Bubble was really like, it was freedom to go from explaining technical requirements to just doing it
Exactly.
myself.
I do not like that traditional coding like JavaScript. It seems so horrible for me. But Bubble, I found like it heaven.
Yes, that's exactly the same. I had the same experience when I found Bubble.
So this is a subscription page. Okay, basic access. Got it.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So the website is CoCreative.com. Okay.
CoCreativeNoCode.com.
CoCreative.com. Okay. All right. Okay.
Awesome.
So this CoCreative.nocode.com is actually based on Canvas, AirDev.
It is. It is. It was built on
Oh,
Canvas.
interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. That's so interesting.
I love Canvas. How have you liked it so far?
Oh, yes. I just joined the free boot camp and I just completed my first lesson right now.
Oh, okay. You haven't gotten to Canvas yet.
Yes, this is exactly.
Okay. You'll get to Canvas next week, I think.
All right. Okay. Okay,
And
go
it's
ahead.
so much, it's so much fun. And Jordan has done some things in Canvas that I think like if mortgages don't work out for Jordan, he's definitely got a career at AirDev.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah. Awesome. Well, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for being here.
All right.
We hope to
Continue
see
our
you soon.
continue
Yeah,
our officer.
yeah, and if you have any questions in the meantime, if anything comes up, just give me a shout. We'll be here probably for another hour and a half. So
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Continue
Yeah.
your officer, please.
okay. Awesome. Jordan, did you make progress?
I'm still going, so if you want
Okay.
to just, yeah.
Lord of the Nine Realms of Bubble. Did you bring anything for me today?
Did. I mean, obviously, the Lord of the Nine Realms of Bubble knows everything about Bubble, but I thought
Of course.
Share to any, sharing to other social media, plug in the build along if you're ready to see the build along, or we can wait.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think we could do that. Let me just check with Thomas. Thomas, did you have anything for office hours today?
I don't.
All right, let's put this new this new sandbox to the test because it is September 1st.
And for those of you wondering, the ninth realm of Bubble is the same as the ninth circle of hell. It's privacy rules.
All right, the plugin that we're going to test out is called Share to Any. Is it Add to Any?
Yes, add to any. Sorry, yeah.
Add to Any. Okay.
Basically, I think I mean it's probably better to go down what the output I want is rather than the plugin I want to use is I want to be able to share a certain data type to another social network. In terms, for my example, I want to share a post and I want to be able to share that post to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to Instagram, to whatever. I don't know how the add to any works. I don't know if it allows you to share a data type, which is a link, but it would be good to understand.
Got it. So I think
I have this set up on Garden Brain.
You want to show us?
Well, I can show you. I don't know if it's exactly what Calum's looking for. Give me a second to find my cursor. There it is. Oh, that's, I'm clicking on stop share on your screen. You need to stop sharing.
Stop sharing. Well, let's just check this out. So we have elements, which are the share buttons. Okay, so on a page. Wait, didn't they make a different promise?
Different what?
Promise.
Promise.
You want to share different data
Facebook,
types?
LinkedIn, Twitter, but it's only showing.
You have to go into the
No,
element.
click on it. You can select which ones you want to share to.
Oh, got it.
It's less about that. It's more.
Is Google Plus even the thing?
It's,
Still?
yeah, about 5 years ago. So I know you can share a URL, and effectively, if you click it now, it will just send you to the bubble one. Obviously, I know you can share different URLs. I don't know if there's a way to either store the data of a data type in the URL or change it to go to. I don't know how to use it basically. And it seems like it would be a very simple thing to use if, say, you've got multiple pages and one page is like a product and that product has a code and that code shows up in the URL. So therefore you click on it, it takes you to that product. But for example, sharing something like you would share a tweet to Facebook or a Facebook post to Twitter, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I have it set up to share images only, and that's super straightforward, but I haven't tried sharing text.
Okay.
And for me, what it does is it just opens up like if I click on the Reddit one, it takes me to a screen where I can create a Reddit post, but I still have to tell it what subreddit, and I still have to put in anything else I want. It's just the image. Well, actually, it's just a link to Garden Brain.
Yeah, and that's
Not
like
too helpful.
But it will go to a certain page, won't it? Because you have multiple pages on your app. Whereas
The link, I'm looking at it right now, and the link is just gardenbrain.app. It's not the picture. So that's not good. So this is a good question. I'm glad you asked. I didn't even bother checking it out that far.
So it seems to be working.
yeah. No, I agree it's working. I've used it before. I just don't know how to, if I wanted to, so the image instead. So obviously if I put in onelife.io, it's just going to show the OneLife website. If I wanted to, share a post and I wanted to share that post to Facebook, I need to somehow share the post image and the post text. And when you click on it, open my app up and display that. I may be going way too difficult here, and I don't know if it's possible, but
But it's this URL.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So when you're referring to this URL, it's going to pick up the URL and it's going to take that URL and put it into each of these formats.
Yeah.
Is that the part you were missing?
No, so there's this URL, but for example, you know how on my page where you click on a post and it pops up and you've got that particular post. If I want to share,
But Calum, this didn't just take September sandbox and like end here. It did the entire link of where I am, including the URL parameter.
You put that in, where did you?
So
Okay, I
URL
see
to
it.
share is this URL.
Got it.
Is that what you were looking for?
I'm just going to check if
Okay.
the URL changes when I click on something. Because if it does,
If you're using states to hide and show things, then it's not going to work. But if you're using URL parameters, it will.
I think we both know the answer to that. Yeah, no, I'm just using states. Well, I'm using when you click on it, pop up. Yeah, so the URL doesn't change when I click on a post here, so it will always be the same URL, I guess. That's the thing. So it's taking that's the problem. So it's taking the image from the URL and it's rendering the image within Facebook using Facebook's link preview rendering tool, whatever it is. the issue I have is I don't want to render the link because that will just render the logo for One Life and the name One Life. I want to render the image if there's an image posted and the text that comes along with that post. I guess that would have to be stored within the URL, wouldn't it? So that is, I guess that's less a question about how this plugin works and more a question about how I formatted my app, right?
Right. So then that becomes a question of image for Facebook here. So you could make this dynamic based on
But isn't that the Facebook image that shows up as the icon, or is that the image that will show up on Facebook?
No, I think this is the image that would show up on Facebook. Let's try it out. Let's add something here. Current users profile picture.
You've changed, Tonya.
I have changed. Should I change it? Let's see. I'll use my old headshot. The same one for years. Somebody's gonna call me out on it at some point. It's sentimental to me though. All right, we'll go with that. So now I want to run ads. Nope, it didn't change it.
Oh, hang on, did you actually do it though? Did you actually change it in the?
Yeah, I did change, like I said, current user's profile picture for image for Facebook.
Weird.
I have noticed there's a delay when you change those things. Like if you've already like
I changed.
It can be like tricky. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just clone this page.
No, because I changed my user page and it took like several hours for it to filter through to Facebook to update the image they use for my website, even though I changed it on Bubble and pushed it live. So it may just be a Bubble thing, Facebook thing.
Maybe. No.
Oh, actually, try run it in incognito mode because it may just be taking it from the cached version.
Gotcha. If you don't have 2FA set up on your Bubble app, you should do that.
That a new thing?
Nope. I've been doing it for a while. Oops, nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I want either. Let's see here. It's gonna make me sign in. And then it's gonna be like, we're not sure who you are. Go to your Facebook and click yes. Yes, that's me.
By the way, Kim, I was very upset that you didn't answer my question on office hours that I posted in the Facebook chat.
I laughed. That was
Oh,
my
you did?
answer. Well, that sucks.
See, this is the problem with Facebook. If only there was an alternative.
Let's try it one more time. Nope.
Weird.
Very strange.
No, but hang on, but look at the link that it's previewing. It's previewing the September sandbox.bubble apps.io.
That's true. Not this thing, which is what it did for this.
And okay, no, it's sending that link to click on, doesn't necessarily mean it's previewing that link. So the on-click link may be different to the link preview.
This is a test. It is just a test from
Do not
office
panic.
hours. Come
Please do not
join
panic.
us. So come join us. There we go. All right. There's Facebook. Now let's go see on Facebook.
I can't see it on your Facebook.
It's right here. Oh, I shared it to the group. No, it took me to the right place. So it's previewing the domain, but the link is to the right place.
Interesting.
And Facebook does this nice URL parameter for you just to be like, to tell you where the click came from. Isn't that sweet?
It's very kind of them. They're lovely people.
Yep. It worked. Kinda. Kind of. I wonder if you can somehow override this, because I know that this is like something that's happening in your headers, I think.
Oh, in the header rather than the URL.
Yeah, because like I mean, it's pulling it from somewhere, and it's got to be coming from the header, because it's something that like on Canvas, when you go to your admin portal,
Yeah, it's weird because like if I wanted to do like links to my profile, as in, you know, I get someone famous to sign up for OneLife, I want them to be able to share the link to their profile. Obviously, that link would go to the sign up page if they weren't logged in. If they were logged in, it would go directly to their page. I guess I need to start passing URL parameters through to the URL so that the URL that they click on. Does that even work? I know there's a thing with BDK where you can do it so when you click on it, it triggers the app to open. I don't know if there's a way to trigger the app to open and then
you could create a link, and you, I mean, I know you have you've built a one-page app, but just because you've built that way doesn't mean you can't create a page for like articles or whatever, and then send them to a page that is like rendering that specific article, if that makes any sense.
Well, what I could actually do is I could, if there's a specific page, I could do one page, which is a de facto profile page, which has no information on it, but all it does is it works out from the URL what user I'm trying to identify and then redirects directly to the app and shows that one rather than going straight from one to the other. I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm just being stupid.
I don't know either because there's a plane overhead and I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So in here, like where they're pulling that from for anybody who's like being driven crazy by that same bubble image, it's coming from your settings.
Well, that took me ages to work out. I was changing literally everything until I worked out where that damn image was to change. Yes, that's just the URL, isn't it? How about Jake? How's Garden Brain? Have you actually launched it?
Any day now. I went through it with another beta tester who was totally new to it and watched her use it 2 days ago. And I saw a few points of friction that I thought it's worth fixing before I launch. They're not a big deal. And then the other thing before you got on, I was saying that I thought a lot about what you said about onboarding. I did some research. I did a lot of checking into it and thinking about it. And I found this great site that I think everyone should check out. Excuse me. It's called UserOnBoarding.com.
Yeah.
And the guy just, well, it's a great name. It says what it is. Excuse me. He breaks down like major products, onboarding processes like Asana, Dropbox, Twitter. I mean, a lot of big names. And he does it screen by screen and shows you like where they took missteps, what they could have improved. Why are you laughing? Why is that funny?
Look at what Tonya's doing, sharing her screen, and look at my screen name. Sorry, keep going.
It was worth looking into. It totally clarified some of my thinking and some decisions I'd made about the current simple sign-in process. I decided the simplicity that I was getting from those few, keeping the sign-in as short as possible, was not a greater benefit than making an onboarding that will actually give them more direction and show them progress as they go. So that's actually what I'm going to start tonight. I should have that built in a few days.
What's the onboarding service or something you had mentioned? What's it called?
It's called UserOnBoarding.com. I thought it was terrific.
By the way, Jay, if you want me to, if you need another beta test or anything, just give me a shout. I'm happy to help and go through it. I only got to the login page last time, so I've not really fully seen the whole thing. So
okay, that would be great.
Yeah, just give me a shout.
I got a 404. I must not be typing it in right.
Let me check. I have it on my phone. Let me look. I probably have the name wrong. UserOnBoard.com. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
And they call the little walkthroughs, they're called teardowns. There's a ton of them. I don't necessarily agree with everything that I've looked at so far in terms of their comments, but I totally agree that they're through the lens at which they're looking at this.
Mhm. Very cool. I wonder if there are, like, we can check out competing plugins to Helppier, because I know Helppier is a little expensive. Oh, we've got a new guest. Oh, he popped in for like 2 seconds and then he left.
He ran.
He's like, I'm scared. I'm watching this
Oh,
live.
Save yourself.
Yeah. I should tag him in Facebook and say, come back. But on
Can't really
board.
make you stalk rich at all.
Walk through an onboarding tour by ZeroCode. Onboarding product tour by NoCode Jungle.
I swear that's the first thing that comes up when you click on the plugin store, the A+ onboarding thing.
Yeah, because it says A+.
It is, yeah, A+.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good name for anything,
Yeah.
right?
So I have serious questions about like how, I mean, can you load one up and can we look at one?
Sure. Let me convert this really quick to an agency.
I mean, if you're really gonna, unless you want to just unless you have a simple app and you just want to show people where to click and you're going to use a little moving around cursor with some language, some captions. I mean, that maybe you could automate that, but I really think that if you're trying to capture loyalty, if you're trying to make people feel something right away, I think you need to script it. Like it needs to be granular. You need to have a lot of control.
Mhm. Okay.
Wow,
so
we are
let's
having
see.
an amazing rainstorm. I love it.
That's awesome.
It's the best.
We were having one last night. It was great.
I mean,
Okay, so go ahead, Jay.
I was just going to chat about the rain while you were clicking, but it seems like you have something to say that's
So we're
probably.
going to try this
relevant.
one, the walk through an onboarding tour, and see what it's all about. Not that I have a lot to walk through and onboard at the moment, but so there's tour, add step A tour, start tour A tour, clear steps A tour, highlight element A tour, end tour A tour. So I've used one similar to this that is an AirDev one called Hopscotch. I didn't like it. Mostly what I didn't like about it was there was no way to make it look and feel like it was native to the app or nice in general. So let's go to our new AddToAny, and we're going to drop an element on the page called tour. This will be tour A.
Well, I would like to do it with, I thought about animating, like show the top nav and have like the part they should click on, expand, animated, but making that responsive is going to be a nightmare.
I'm sorry, I was thinking, so I wasn't really listening, but making something responsive is going to be a nightmare.
And yeah, animating. I thought about doing some animation, showing where things should move. And it could be so pretty. I already kind of started drawing it out, but making that responsive is going to be super difficult. And the alternative is to make two, a simpler mobile one and a richer desktop experience. And I mean, then I'm making two, which is obviously not great. And then the other thing that UserOnBoard teardowns made me wonder, when the Google permissions, pops up asking if it's okay to share location or camera or whatever, is there any way to control where that pop-up appears? Because mine come up in the upper left-hand corner, and so far the users I've watched use it don't seem to notice it.
I think you overestimate my ability to listen and do at the same time.
I will wait.
I want to hear what you're saying. So 1, 2, 3. It's not doing anything. Step tour, start tour A.
I've got to show you this.
Wait, what's happening? Why are you laughing again?
Benji is torturing a dog in England.
Oh, poor Benji.
Come on. Sorry. Me and my girlfriend have been pissing ourselves the last 2 minutes.
That dog is
Sorry.
gonna.
Oh, something
Sorry,
happened.
Continue with bubble. I'm sorry.
So something happens in this,
Okay.
like it highlighted. So it did this part. It didn't do this part. Done button step.
Well, why do you have add a step before start tour? Should start tour be first?
Maybe it's possible. In the other one, it was the opposite. You would add this, you would add it before you would do
So
it.
you're
but
like loading it.
yeah. 1, 2, 3. Nope, still no thing. But at least we know it's like something is working. We just have to get our steps right. Let's see here. So there's no element here. There aren't any element ones. So we can go to the plugin page and see. So what I like about Helppier is you don't even go through the workflows at all. Everything is done through Helppier. So you add Helppier to your site, kind of like you add Google Analytics or Hotjar to your site. It's sort of snippet, and then they play on top of your site. And so the no code interface you're using with Helppier is no code's interface. But let's just go here. It got so quiet. All right, so we're on the same page there, zero code. Okay, so we do need to start it first. Oh, no, they said to add it all here. Then, okay, so when button start demo is clicked. Okay, so I have to add it to a different one. So here, cut, we'll say, do I guess I have to have a button. I don't like that so much. Yeah, that one's all right. I'm not too thrilled with that one. What do you think?
I just think that it should be more exciting than that.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
I mean, I think a lot of no coders in general just kind of do what they can, and that's better than not doing anything. That's good. But like the same problem I had with the Dalo, I have with this. It's not interesting to me as a user.
Right.
The look isn't, I'm not engaged. And if I'm not engaged, unless it's a functional app that's going to do some has some capability I desperately want, I'm not going to keep going. And I'm
Right.
definitely not going to be telling my friends about it. You know,
Right.
but yeah, that worked.
The thing I'd say about Helppier is, from what I've seen so far from the other ones that we've done here and what I've also looked through, Helppier, while it is expensive, but it actually, like, it provides the value for the amount that you pay for it. It looks really good in the way that you do it. I don't know what you think, but I just think, like, from all of the onboarding tools that I've seen, Helppier looks like the one that actually provides the most value and is the best looking one that's not gonna make your app look cheap when you're doing the onboarding bit.
Yeah, that's my sense. I don't know of Helppier like competitors. I'm sure they're out there, but it seems
But just bubble wise, like from the plugins that are there, it's a bit like Salesforce. It's more expensive than any other CRM, but it's more expensive for a reason, because they are the best on the market. Like it looks like it's kind of the best one for the best price kind of thing.
and let's be clear, it's not doing anything that you can't, like, you can do your own onboarding tour. It's just helping you to do it more easily, right? In any of these
you can build it
tools,
yourself if you want,
right?
but
You can build it totally by yourself in Bubble. You can build your own onboarding features. That's not
I think-
something that Bubble can't do.
I think the price says you can do it. It's difficult to do it yourself. So $40 a month is a good price. I mean, I thought it was way too expensive when I looked at it first, but then I've looked at it now and compared it against the others, and it kind of looks like the best one out there, to be fair.
Yep, for sure. Should we try another one, Jay?
Yeah, sure. I was thinking about building one in After Effects, but I'm not sure how to get that into Bubble. I mean, I guess it would just be a file and I would summon the file. It just seems like a lot of ugh. So I'm going to do it in Bubble. If I hate it, I'll rethink it.
You know what's weird, Jay? I've known you for like 10 months now. I think you've been working on Garden Brain for about 8 of them. I don't think I've ever actually seen Garden Brain in the flesh. Like, well, I don't think I've actually seen the app. I've seen you working on it in your like dev console. I don't think I've ever actually seen like the full website.
I mean, it exists and it has not been 8 months. Okay. Don't shame me.
How long's it been? What, 6 months?
April. I started in April.
February, March, April. Yeah, 6 months then, right? April, May.
I like
June,
to think
July,
of it as
August.
4 months, but you know, I just tell people it's 4 months.
Yeah, it's fine. Fine.
8 minus, yeah, that is 4 months. April, May, June, August.
July. You're missing a
Oh,
time.
damn it, 5 months. Well, actually, I guess it's September now. September hardly counts. It's only the 1st.
It's 4 months if you miss out 2 of them, it's fine.
The worst thing, or the typical thing, is that I started in April thinking in just a week or two, I would just do the one section of it, just perpetual flowers. But once I get started, I just didn't really want to stop. I was like, if this needs to have a message center, it needs to have friending. And if I'm going to do that, it needs to have vegetable God.
That's what I like your logic, Jay. I only started OneAuth in October. I just don't mention that it was October 2020 instead of 2021.
You almost made me think you were starting it next month. You've done a lot for a negative 4 weeks.
Very funny.
Yeah, I just finished the refactoring of the top navs as we were speaking, and all that leaves is the onboarding, and then I'm ready to give Bubble my $30 and start
Can we-
uploading all that data.
Can we be clear though, just to give a little bit of acknowledgement to the person, while we piss around about the fact that we haven't launched our apps in 6 months, a year or whatever, going back to Tonya, who has managed to meet both of us, help both of us with our apps and launch her own website and her own company and get users and start like office hours, all of the time it's taken us to build our apps.
I launched before I had the app. I
Yeah, but you
started,
didn't do it before you met us.
yeah. Yep.
But even though Calum, like you've been at it for like 11 months, I've been at it for, let's call it honestly 5 months. The fact is that a team of people with coders and designers doing traditional coding would have taken this long or longer.
Yeah. The depressing thing is Tonya on her own for half an hour would have done it in 25 minutes while making a coffee.
What? No.
Sorry.
My perfectionism gets the best of me. All right, so that one worked pretty easily. And it looks better. I like the look of it better.
Which one's this?
This one is the A+ one.
Okay. Oh, at least they give a buyout option. I always fall into that trap of buying plugins rather than subscribing to them because I always think, oh, they look like they do everything. But I always prefer if I can buy a plugin because you never know what they're going to put the cost up to later.
Mm-hmm. Well, I always like to try them first before I buy them.
What you mean because you're an agency account and you don't pay for anything anyway?
Right. Or I pay for the agency account.
Right.
And then I upgraded. I'm paying right now for the professional account for CoCreative NoCode, but I haven't been innovating on it and building on it. So I should probably upgrade.
You're paying for the professional account.
Please tell us more.
Why?
Yeah, so I was paying for the professional account for CoCreative NoCode because I have because I started doing the wireframes and design, and I was going to move over to Vimeo instead of doing Loom videos, and I just got really busy with the hair dev and haven't been able to work on it. But the advantage of having the professional plan is you can have a hotfix branch, well, a second branch, development branch, where if I needed to make any updates or changes to CoCreative NoCode, like if there was a bug or something I needed to fix, I could go ahead and fix that without deploying all of the changes that I was making in the development plan. So like version control is why I'm paying the extra $100 per month. So, but I guess it still applies a little bit because I have changes on the development branch that I haven't deployed yet, but I'm not actively working on it at the moment.
So that your mention of Vimeo, I have a question. So I want video and photos to appear in the same repeating group. And I don't really know how to do that.
Okay, well, we can do that. So let's do not backend workflows. That wasn't what I wanted. I need to do a new page. Okay. Pictures and videos. So I assume your pictures are and videos are going to be in a repeating group.
Yeah.
Are you storing, how are you storing them? You're storing them all as like in the files, like as type files?
I haven't, right now it's just photos and they're just stored as images. So
Just images? Okay.
that's all I have. I didn't bother. I haven't gotten to video yet, put it that way.
So I'm trying to decide which would be the most expedient way, but I'd probably make a data type here called media. And then that would have a type. And then type would be image or video. And then in the data types here, type. And then media. File. Because images are files, right? You can store them as files. It's not
Yeah.
a problem. So then when you would have a repeating group, could do that would be media, do a search for media. And then you would have this, you'd probably do groups and all sorts of other things, right? But you do have an image. That, and then this would be current cells media's media. And then this would be in a group with the conditional that when current cells media's type is image, this element is visible. And then we'll just take that and hide it for now.
Mhm.
Elements tree. Because you do
Yo.
video. Yep. Thomas, was that you? Did you have something to say? Media, and you could choose Vimeo or YouTube. I like Vimeo because you have more control over what the users can do.
So do my users have to upload to Vimeo or YouTube in order to share a video with other users on my site?
Yes.
That seems like a lot to ask a casual user.
Now we've gotten around that with Ziggeo. So there are other players that will do. So the issue with that is hosting, because hosting a video doesn't just mean you allow for download. You don't want people downloading the videos, right? When they see them in order to watch them, you want them to be able to play it. So you have to have a player. So what the video element is here is a player, and it can play from YouTube or it can play from Vimeo. But that means that the videos themselves are hosted on YouTube or Vimeo's platforms. So with Ziggeo, what we've done is made it so that users can upload their videos to on the app, and it's uploaded to Ziggeo and then played from Ziggeo back when other users want to see it. So you have to solve both problems. You have to solve where it's going to be hosted and how it's going to be played.
And the starter pack for Ziggeo is $99 a month.
No, no, because you go to appsumo.com and you go look for Ziggeo, and Ziggeo has had this like running offer for lifetime. And you come down to the bottom here, and you can, depending on how much you want to like plan for, you can buy like up to 10 codes here. And you get all of this here. So like one time you can buy lifetime for $69 and look at the limitations here. And you can buy up to 10 codes of the multiple here.
What does users mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure
think
what
we
they
have to
mean
go
by
to
users.
Ziggeo's site to find out.
I think that's your users. I don't think that's like, I think that's like your team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 3 users who upload a video, but 10 people watch each video. Do I need 30 users or do I need 3 users?
No. I think this is talking about how many users you have on Ziggeo. But I mean, I honestly think you're not going to buy it for like if you're doing this for an app where you expect people to be doing video, you're not going to want less than the 3 codes with the
No, I mean,
unlimited users. But
So what's the 3 codes? What does 3 codes mean?
oh, so in AppSumo Talk, what you do is you enter the codes and it adds to your account all of this into one account.
So just hypothetically for One Life, if I bought, what's one code on there, sorry? Sorry, 3 codes are the minimum there. So 3 codes is $207. That's 500 minutes of video per month, unlimited users, and 300,000 playback minutes per month.
30,000 playback
Oh,
minutes.
30,000. What's in between playback minutes and video minutes?
Okay, video minutes are the total number of video minutes uploaded per month. And 30,000 is how many minutes can be played back from the platform.
So I uploaded a 10-minute video. That means I can upload people, 3,000 people can watch that video once.
Yes.
Okay.
Helppier is on AppSumo too for $80 for a year, which is awesome.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Now I'm shopping for all the other software I'd like to buy.
Does that no?
Yes.
Jay, does that work though? Helppier, how are you going to install Helppier as the plugin for $80 a month? I don't think you can do it.
$80 for 1 year.
That's what it says.
Yeah, no, but Helppier isn't just a bubble plugin, is it? It's a
No,
general...
it's not. It's separate. And the plugin honestly is only taking the code snippet and putting it on into the header of your app. So on every page. So like the plugin itself is not really helping you. It's just enabling it on your site. And then you run everything through Helppier.
So actually the deal that Jay found is a good one, because all you have to do is to add it to the header rather. It's the plugin to Bubble isn't actually doing anything extra above and beyond what the Helppier API does itself.
Right. I mean, the difference is if you do it without the plugin, you just have to go into the settings into the SEO meta tags and you would add the code snippet here.
Yeah, you confused me already.
Because I said code snippet.
You said settings.
I said settings. That was over your head. So yeah. But yeah, Ziggeo's been working fine for an app that that's like just launching right now that I scoped out and helped the founder realize the vision of. So.
That looks actually pretty good.
And you can control, like, because what Ziggeo is actually used most for is allowing the user to take the video and it goes straight to Ziggeo. Right. So like making content specific.
Does that work on the Bubble plugin to be able to record straight from the webcam?
Yeah. So we have it so that the users can upload from the app to Ziggeo, right? And then it's not saved on their phone. It's saved in Ziggeo, and then we don't let them download it. So that content is like specific, one of a kind, only to the app.
And they the Ziggeo step is transparent to them. The users don't experience that. They just upload their file and then boom, it's on the site.
Right. And then we also allow them to upload videos from their video storage on their phone. But we don't let users download the video at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Interesting.
All right, Elon. Did you think every time you change it, it changes the color of your little icon?
I promise I'm going to keep doing it.
Okay. I like it. That's fine. So yeah, where were we? Oh, the pictures and videos. So here, then I would group this and I would make this visible only when this video's type is video. And that's how I do it, Jay. So now I have two different groups, one for video, one for pictures. You can order them any way that you want to because it's a separate data type that you would then be storing in another as a reference in another data type. So then your repeating group is of this media type, and it can be either picture or video, and then you'll show whichever element is required based on the type it is.
Why do you think Bubble doesn't have a native video player?
Because it's expensive.
Yeah, but surely that's good for Bubble, because that means that because we get charged on the storage, and videos are bigger than most file sizes, and the app usage, which would increase it if you were streaming video. Why wouldn't they allow their own native video player, which would
I mean, so this is like to me, this is like the question, like which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Like they have to have what they have now, and then of course they're always going to be looking to expand and change, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they take it. But like an example would be Zendesk. Zendesk was just a help desk for so long, but at some point it made sense for them to have their own CRM.
So you think they've done this so that they don't scare people off with the costs of hosting video and stuff like that, and that they go to a different option, not because they can't do it, but because they want to not scare people off.
Right, and YouTube has its own advantages, and Vimeo has its own advantages, and so they're covering two big bases. They're missing Wistia, right? But there's probably a Wistia plugin.
Missing what?
Wistia is another big video hosting platform.
Never heard of it.
So
in the US.
I don't know that it's just US, but it's pretty big. All right, Jeff.
In New York.
Yeah, but Wistia is used a lot for courses and things like that. Vimeo is I personally I'd like purchased a subscription to Vimeo and I haven't used it yet. Bad. But I like Vimeo better because it gives me more control over the videos so that I can like make sure that people are can't download them and distribute them and things like that, and I can get more information from them because they can only see it on the page that I put it on. And if I gate that content, then even if somebody shares the link, the other person can't get to it without that person's username and password. So control. I'm a control freak. What can I say?
Weird.
Jeff, not a Bezos.
Thank you.
All
Well,
right, what
for
else?
$210 for a lifetime, Ziggeo looks, I mean, the Usama price is amazing.
Yep. And you can
30,000.
always
Mhm.
and don't tell them I said so, but there's a whole world of people who trade these deals after the fact. So
Yeah, I heard whispers about that.
there was a little startup that never got off the ground called
Yes.
Stack It.
It still might.
Have you heard about how bad identity theft is on the internet?
Calum. He's impersonating you, Jay.
Who's the real Jay? Please stand up.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
And I love how it just turned did you choose the color?
No,
Or-
is it the same one as Jay?
It's the same color.
They must be.
It looks
they must be
scary.
linking, like, They must be linking like the first letter with a certain color or something.
Yeah. Well, Jordan's is orange.
What's
So,
that?
your like the icon next to your name in the list on Zoom when I'm looking
Ah.
at the different participants, your icon is orange, even though you have the same initial as Jay and Calum at the moment.
Oh, yeah, I think I've got it working now, Tonya.
Yay, I will stop sharing and let you show us.
Do you want to see?
Yeah, for sure.
Someone who never speaks.
Okay, so what it does is when I want to send it out, it'll go, I'll choose which client it's going to send it out to. When I click next, it'll create an account for that user, and it will send them a link via text message to a new landing page. So I'll just do that now, and I'll just bring it up. So there's the text. Copy link. I just grab this link so I can put it. It's on my phone now.
Sure, no worries.
Copy. How am I going to get there? I just got a new computer, so I haven't got like all my programs set up.
I did that last week, so disorienting.
Yeah. I'll just try and send it through Chrome. How do you do that? There is a thing in Chrome where you can pull the tabs, eh? How do you do that?
I usually just email myself, like if I have a
Okay.
link or something.
I'll just do that. Eh?
Actually, what I do is I Slack myself.
Yeah, same, but I just haven't got Slack installed. Let's just email it. Okay, so this is the page that they've been sent to on their phone. And it's pre-filled these details, so first name, last name, mobile. I'll make it so that they can change the first, last name, and email address, but not the mobile, because that should always be correct, or else,
Okay.
they wouldn't have got the text. So they'll, update their email address, make sure their name's correct. Then they'll go next. It goes SMS code has been sent to da da da. So should get another text. If they enter in the wrong code, it'll tell them that the code's not correct. Why is the code not 246? Some reason I never got the code. Let's try again. Oh yeah, there we go. So 5, 9. I'll enter in a wrong number. So it doesn't let us through. Enter in the code on the phone. Doesn't let us through. Why is that? I'll just quickly check it and see what's going wrong. So that code is different to the one that I just got sent. Five nine two seven three. Make changes to the current user. Oh, I know what I've done. Sorry, that should be make changes to a thing, and it should be the current user's page. Okay, let's try that again. So basically this page that I've been taken to, Tonya, it's already created the user. So this is the user ID.
Okay.
Okay, so then they're going to update the user details. Click next, the code gets sent now. I probably need to current users page verification code. I think that's it.
Welcome, Amit. It's nice to meet you.
Hello, thank you. Nice to meet you all.
6 3. Okay, so this should work. Yeah, takes them through to the landing page, that logs them in and takes them through the actual landing page or
Awesome.
the actual page. Do you think that's all right? There's no security breach there, right?
So you come with the code, so you're not having to search, so you're just inputting it in. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll think through it a little more.
So the code's getting created on this page here. When they push next, it'll
Okay.
create the code, store it in the database, send them the code, and then when they hit next, they'll enter the code in there and they're in.
Yep. And you're not having to do. So this page is of type user, so you're not having to search so much. I just, the thing that I'm thinking about is I actually broke Canvas like when I first started being a dev.
Yeah.
Back in February, and it was because I had my privacy rules set in such a way that a logged out user would not be able to see almost anything in the user type, including the like the email field.
Yeah.
And when that broke the login and the reset password, I took it to Chris, who's one of the developers of Canvas, and he kind of investigated to see what was going on. And he found out that essentially they were searching for the user database. They were allowing a not logged in user to search the user database. And that apparently was a big problem. So they had to change the way that they were doing it. So I was I was happy that my privacy rules were on point because they realized a major problem. So,
Yeah, I suppose, because what happens if I go into incognito tab? Will it still work?
yeah, it should, because the URL parameter should be fine.
But then it doesn't pull through their name, eh? Yeah. Can you see my screen now or no?
No, I can't.
Yeah, so if I go into incognito tab, then you lose the.
Well, hang on a second. Maybe part of the problem before was that you weren't, you were already logged in. Did you ever
Yeah.
log out?
No, I didn't. No.
So you as the user had permission. So try going back into regular mode and then sending the link and then logging out before you go to the link.
Yeah, that's gonna. I would have to pass the parameters through the URL then, eh?
Yeah, possibly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be all right though, eh? If I just pass the parameters.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Pre-fill the name when they push
I
next.
think the limitation on URL parameters is like 1,000 characters, which
Oh yeah.
should be okay. You should.
And then I would probably want to use some sort of shortening, because if I'm sending it as a text and it's going as a real long URL, have you done that before, like a Google shortener or Bitly?
Bitly. So Google shortener no longer exists. They like made it not functioning, I think.
Oh yeah.
But Bitly I have used. I haven't used it with URL parameters to see what that's all about. We could test it.
All right. All right, I got to shoot off anyway, but I'll jump on next time and we'll carry on.
Sounds great. Thanks for joining us, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
So we have another Kim.
I noticed
Hi, Kim.
we have an imposter.
Hi, Amit. How are you?
I'm good. I want to learn about Bubble.
You want to
Well-
learn about Bubble?
What is Bubble?
Oh, that's not Amit. What are
What's
you
Bubble?
doing?
No.
Stop it. Stop it, Kim.
So hi, hey guys.
Hi.
What is this group? Actually, I'm not sure what is this group. But
Sure. So
yeah.
we're a group of people who love Bubble. And this is CoCreative NoCode's office hours. So CoCreative NoCode is my business. And what I do is I hold office hours every weekday, Monday through Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And members of CoCreative NoCode and our guests can all gather here in the Zoom, and we talk about anything and everything Bubble related. So members can bring Bubble bugs that they might be experiencing, or trouble they're having building out different feature sets, or curiosity around Bubble or something that's going on, or how to handle certain situations. Anything related to Bubble we talk about here. And I don't promise answers, but I promise you won't suffer alone.
Nice. So first of all, yeah, it's look like I'm in the right place. I'm really learn Babel. I just started to learn this. Actually, I'm working for the last 9 years as in a company called Wisey, and we are working. We are doing like online marketing for big brands.
Sure.
And in the last months, I just quit and I moved to my next challenge basically. And I'm going to manage some marketing department in a SaaS company, in a US SaaS company.
Sweet.
Yeah, so now I'm trying to build in the short time I have to build my own app, and basically I already started, and yeah, I stuck and I have some questions. And here in Israel, I see a lot of recommendation of Babel, but I don't see any forums of, of like Israeli groups.
Oh, got
Which
it.
is
Yeah.
which is weird. So of course I'm looking about, and yeah, it looks like I'm in the wrong in the right place. Sorry, I'm gonna look on your site again, and
Awesome.
yeah, it looks
Yeah,
good.
you can, go to CoCreative NoCode.com, and we have, once you log in, it's free to sign up. I'm gonna start sending messages to those people who have signed up. I realize I've never emailed anyone other than the first email. But I would start emailing yes, coming from the marketing person, you should be emailing your list, Tonya. Yes,
Yeah, and
definitely.
also to have like your own audience for later, so you can upload them
Yes.
to Facebook and to make an
Yeah.
audience for that. Yeah.
Exactly. So I should be doing that. I'll start doing that. But once you sign up, you can come to the subscription here, and you can come to all of the office hours for just $49 per month. And then if you ever wanted to consult with me privately for coaching or one-on-one Zoom calls, the rate gets less expensive if you're a premium member. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'm happy to meet you. Did you have anything in the interim you wanted to work on, or you haven't really started yet?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I started, and I can share my screen. I don't want to
Sure.
waste your time if you have some time.
It's not a waste. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I will show you, and we'll start it. I'm first of all I'm sorry that it's in Hebrew, but it's gonna be for the Israeli audiences. So I already started, and in couple of hours, and I did this after a few YouTubes. So after a user sign up using Facebook or email, you have this time, in the first time you see this pop-up, and then this is a company name. So we filled up the company, and sorry.
Oh, you'll have to refresh the page up at the top.
Oh. And I wanted to ask, so we also can upload his own logo.
Why are you having that issue? That's a weird issue.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I just touched with this. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm gonna check it. But my question is that I wanted to know how to solve this issue. So now this is a new client that sign up is with his email and password, and then he fill up his company information. Now I would like that this admin basically will invite more users to manage this company.
Okay.
And to see all his clients only, of course, all the members will see only the company's client. So until now, what I did, I just show it's not working now, but I showed every client, sorry, I displayed the clients based on the user. But if I will do it based on the user, then if the other user will join, then it's not gonna work, right?
Got it. Yeah. So you would want to attach clients would reference the company, and the users would reference the company. And then you would, in your repeating group, you would do a search for the clients, and then put a constraint on it that only those clients referencing the same company as the current user's company.
Got you. Yeah, so yeah, I just started to do that. So I created another data type called company, and then I call like admins, which is a list of user, right?
Yep, that's right.
And then
you could also put the user.
But how can I put the client under? So here I added another one like client.
Yep. So you just create a new field called company.
Company.
And make it of type company.
Got you.
And not a list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will try this, and basically I'm going to honeymoon next week, and then I will come back.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and I think I can join you.
Awesome. I would love to see you again, and congratulations. That's exciting. Are
Thank
you
you.
has the wedding already happened, or
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
good.
it is.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you for your time. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. You're welcome.
And thank you all.
Perfect.
Amit, just
Bye-bye.
just quick one. Amit, I've been
Yeah.
I've been part of CoCreative NoCode for the last 6 months plus. Honestly, if you're trying to learn Bubble, it's the best place to come. Like, you'll get stuck on so many tiny little things that just need someone like Tonya to say, oh yeah, it's this thing. So like, just a little bit of advice from me, sign up. It's absolutely incredible. It's helped me so much when I've been learning Bubble.
Yeah, sounds good, because beside of the YouTubes and everything that I can learn, I need a support of someone that have an experience, because all the security issues and data loading and all those stuff, and maybe you have an experience with integrations to Zapier and Integromat and all those, which will also can help
Yeah.
me. So yeah.
100%. I mean, I started off with the YouTube videos as well, and the YouTube videos are great, but then you'll get to like a certain point and something won't work the same way it works in the YouTube video, and you will literally rip your hair out for like 3 hours trying to work out why it doesn't work. But having Tonya there just to be like, oh, by the way, why is this working? In like 30 seconds, she'll be like, oh yeah, no, you messed up on this, and then it's fantastic. I honestly cannot recommend it.
Definitely. Sounds good. So great. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you all.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Yep.
Bye.
Awesome, everyone. Well, I think does anybody have anything else for today?
Nope.
Nope.
Just quickly, what is Bubble?
What is Bubble? Bubble is the premier no-code platform to build all of your apps, web and mobile. It is,
Where are you reading from?
I wasn't. I was reading from my mind.
The premier no code app. The manual slide you $5 or what?
He didn't have to.
Just quickly, what is CoCreative NoCode, and how do I sign up?
For the third time this episode, to sign up for CoCreative NoCode, you go to CoCreativeNoCode.com. Right here, you can click this sign up button here and enter your credentials and sign up with us, and then make sure to verify your email, and then you can come into your subscription into your account platform here, and you can sign up for basic or premium access. And once you do that, you are welcome on every single Zoom call. We hold them 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Did that answer your question, Mr. Miller?
Is that it? You're not going to build my Facebook app for $500 for entirely
500. What are you, crazy? 25
Wow,
bucks.
okay. All right, I'm leaving. I'm sorry. Bye. I'm
No.
kidding. I love CoCreative NoCode.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Jay, Calum, Kim, Thomas, Jordan, Amit, Usama, and was somebody else here? Can't remember.
We had Amit, and we had, what was his name?
Usama.
Yes.
Yep. So thank you everyone for joining us today. We will be back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I hope to see you. If you would like to join us for your complimentary session, just go ahead and comment on either the YouTube video or the live here on Facebook, and Kim will send you credentials. Thank you, everyone. See you later.
Have a good one. Talk to you Friday.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.